Are these Star Wars facts real or fake? Hello, everyone, and welcome to For These Are My Thoughts. I'm Blake. Thank you for joining me. If you're new to For These Are My Thoughts, we try to help you laugh and relax. May the 4th is coming up, and today is actually episode 66.
Execute Order 66.
Which means that it's time to talk about Star Wars. And my family loves Star Wars. And today I'm joined by my older brother, Brandon, who also loves Star Wars. Brandon, how you doing?
Hi, Blake. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. You really love Star Wars. So much so that when we initially had before For These Are My Thoughts was video and all that, you and I did an episode of For These Are My Thoughts where I tried to see if you could guess who said what in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And people that have been subscribed to For These Are My Thoughts, have been watching since the beginning, you're probably wondering, why isn't that on the channel? And the rean is because out of 16
Blake got schooled
quotes, Brandon
why.
got 16 right. And it was probably like a 9-minute episode because Brandon just got every single question right.
I didn't have to contemplate about it or think about it. He didn't even, there were some quotes he didn't even finish, and I knew exactly what he was saying.
Yeah, so Brandon knows a lot about Star Wars. And so I thought that we would play a game that I've played a lot on this channel, Brandon, which is today we're going to test your Star Wars knowledge with a game of fake or Star Wars. So Brandon, how this is going to work is I have found facts about Star Wars, but some of them are fake. Some of them are ones that I made up or twisted around to make them fake. And you're going to have to find out which are real or Star Wars and which ones are fake. If you get it right, you will get a point. If you get it wrong, I will get a point. And the most points will win. And the loser, Brandon, it will have to be referred to as Padawan by the winner the next time we see each other in person, face to face.
Oh,
a lot on the line
all
here.
Right. I think I can handle that.
I think so too. So first up, Brandon,
yep.
Fake or Star Wars? The word Ewok is never used, is never spoken in Return of the Jedi.
That is true.
Well, that's your guess?
Yeah, that is a legitimate fact. It is never the word Ewok is never said in Return of the Jedi.
That is true. Yeah, the word Ewok is never spoken. It is real. You are right. The word Ewok was used in the script, so like the characters, the actors, actresses knew what they were, but yeah, it was never actually spoken in Return of the Jedi, or I think in any Star Wars movie at this point. Fake or Star Wars? Jedi Master Sifo Dyas, who never appears in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, but is essential to its plot, was not in the first draft of the movie. Jedi Master Sifo Dyas was never in the first draft of the movie.
Boy, I mean, that could go either way. Because I mean, in all honesty, that name is kind of a bit of a throwaway name. You could have put any master in that thing. It didn't,
Right, yeah. So Master Sifo Dyas is the one that goes and commissions the clone army, the namesake of the movie.
So he stinks.
But you are never you never see Master Sifo Dyas, not a single time.
I'm gonna take a guess here and say that is fake.
Brandon says fake, and the answer, Brandon, is real. That is a real fact. Yeah. Wow. So originally, Emperor Palpatine, Darth Sidious, he's Darth Sidious at that point, but Emperor Palpatine, Darth Sidious, was going to use the name of Sifo Dyas, which is a play on the word Sidious.
Sidious, yep.
To fool the Camino people to create an army for the Jedi. However, Master Sifo Dyas was created after George Lucas, in a second draft of the script, made a typo and changed it from Sido to Sifo. And
that's
then
how it came up, huh?
Yeah, that's how that happened. He
Wow.
realized that making Darth Sidious, Emperor Palpatine, make the army was a little too convoluted because he figured the Jedi would say, wait, that's not a real Jedi. We don't want this army. And they would find out who Sidious was that way. So he saw the typo and thought, oh, I can make a whole new Jedi named Sifo-Dyas. And that's why he doesn't appear in the movie either. He does appear in some canon cartoons and whatnot, but he's never appears in episode 2. Yeah. All right, Brandon, it's 1-1. I got on the board. I was very nervous.
On the board.
I was very nervous you were going to skunk me.
That one was a toughie. I'm not going to lie.
Next up, Brandon, fake or Star Wars? In Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, the main character Rey, portrayed by Daisy Ridley, lives in an old Star Destroyer. Fake or Star Wars?
That is, you're talking like at the beginning of the film?
Right.
Okay, so that would be fake. She lives in an old Imperial Walker.
Yes, very nice, Brandon. Yeah, fake. She lives in okay, so I'm gonna read the name. You said Imperial Walker, but it's
either an AT-AT or an A or the other one.
AT-AT, and that's what I grew up
AT-AT.
calling it. I'm pretty sure that's what we called it growing up, AT-AT. But it's actually like Star Wars nerds will freak out and say, "No, it's AT-AT." It's like, okay, sir, please put your lightsaber away. Yeah, hey, you should like and subscribe. Comment below what your favorite fact of Star Wars is. Fake or Star Wars, Master Yoda, the Grand Master of the Jedi Order, has 3 toes.
1, 2, 3.
That is how you count to 3. Good job.
He has. I know he has. Yeah, that is real. That is real.
Final answer?
Yes, final answer.
Brandon, that is fake.
What?
That is fake. It is tied up on
4.
So this is a fun little fact. Master Yoda has 3 toes in episode 1, but in episodes 3, 5, and 6, he has 4 toes. Let's keep talking about Master Yoda, fake or Star Wars. In the Star Wars movies, Master Yoda only stepped foot on 6 planets. Fake or Star Wars, Master Yoda only stepped foot on 6 planets in the Star Wars movies.
We're talking while he's alive, or
yes, while he's alive. Yeah, not as a Force ghost, while he's alive. Yes.
Okay, so in episode 1, he was in Coruscant, and then in Naboo at the very end. In episode 2, he was again in Coruscant, so we have that one already. And then also in Geonosis. And we're saying on screen, correct here?
That's right.
So we know he went to Camino, but we did not see it happen. So we're at 3 right now. In episode 3, he was I think entirely in Coruscant for that film. We don't see him in episode 4 at all. In episode 5, he's only in Dagobah. And again, we're not counting after he dies and when he's a Force ghost. So that would make it a total of, we see him in 4 different planets while he is alive. So what was the original question?
Fake or Star Wars? In the Star Wars movies, Master Yoda only steps foot on 6 planets.
That is fake.
So you are right, Brandon. That is fake. However, it's actually 5 planets. So he does step foot.
Which one did I miss?
On Coruscant, as you said, in episode 1, and Naboo in episode 1. In episode 2, he also steps foot on Geonosis.
I said that.
You did not say that.
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did. Okay, you did say that. Yes, Geonosis. In episode 3, he also steps foot on the Wookiee planet of Kashyyyk.
Oh, that's right, Kashyyyk. And I should.
That's where we find out that he and Chewbacca are best buddies.
Yeah, and I hear you. Get up here.
And he also steps foot on the planet Dagobah. Brandon is trying to bring his dog
I'm
Chewie
trying to get
on the
Chewie to
screen.
come up here. My dog. Yes, this is my Chewie. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. This is my Chewie. He's a terrier mix. He's about, let's see here, almost 8 months old now. He's a very good boy, and I love him a lot.
Yeah, Chewie is a good boy. Whenever I see Brandon and Chewie, I always say the Lando Calrissian line, "Hey, how you doing, Chewbacca? Still hanging around with this loser?" Not because I think you're a loser, Brandon, just because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
But hey, yeah, you are right. So it's 3-2. There's 2 left. And these 2, I think, are the hardest 2 questions that I could find. Fake or Star Wars, the early 2000s boy band NSYNC, my favorite boy band as a child, had a secret cameo in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
You had a favorite boy band?
Yeah, I had NSYNC CDs and t-shirts.
Okay. NSYNC were in Attack of the Clones. That's your question.
That is basically the question, right? Fake or Star Wars?
I feel like I remember seeing like a behind the scenes thing, but I can't remember if it was NSYNC or if it was a different band.
Oh, maybe like the Backstreet Boys or something?
It was a Backstreet Boys or some other group that was popular at the time. Because it does sound familiar to me.
I'm gonna need a decision though.
Right. I'm gonna NSYNC, they were huge at the time. I'm gonna say that is real.
Brandon says real. Brandon, it's fake. Yes. So this one takes a little explanation. All right. So George Lucas's daughters were huge NSYNC fans, like most of the world. Were huge NSYNC fans in the early 2000s. And so NSYNC was invited on set by George Lucas, and they did shoot a scene to cameo as Jedi in Attack of the Clones. However, George Lucas only did that to appease his daughters, and so his daughters could meet NSYNC, and he threw it out immediately.
And he never put it in.
Yeah, never put him in the movie. So George Lucas robbed Justin Timberlake of his chance of being in Star Wars, which I'm a little hurt about. But I am happy because now it's once again tied 3-3.
Whatever became of that guy? Whatever became of that Timberlake guy anyway?
Yeah, it's only like he became super famous anyways, and he's gorgeous and all that stuff. It doesn't matter. Last one. This one might be tricky. All right. But fake or Star Wars? One of the original body actors of Darth Vader, David Prowse. He's the one that is usually known as being Darth Vader in the flesh. He was the guy behind the mask in the suit for most of the original trilogy, minus the stunts. And he recently passed away. So the late actor David Prowse, who portrayed the body of Darth Vader, was banned in 2010 from all official Star Wars conventions by George Lucas. Fake or Star Wars?
That I know because I watch a lot of YouTube, as you know. The jerky part is was it in 2010? I know it definitely happened, but was it in 2010? That's the real trick.
Well, I guess you have to think about when did conventions really take off?
There was late 2000s, 2008, 2009. And the reason was because he, David Prowse, and I partially rightfully so, not being happy with the fact that he was never told that his voice was going to be replaced when he did Star Wars originally. He thought it would be his voice the entire time. He was shocked when he found out the voice of Mufasa did it instead.
James Earl Jones, right?
Yes. So I know it. I know he was. Was it in 2010? And I can tell. I know you well enough to know that you would be totally a jerk and be like, "Nope, it was in 2011 or it was in 2009 or something." You know what I mean? I got you. But I'm gonna for all the marbles, I'm gonna say that is real.
Brandon says real, and Brandon, you're right. Yes, I did not change the date. Yes, that is one. This is the saddest Star Wars fact in the world, in my opinion. Like,
it is. You're right.
So I did a lot of digging, and basically George Lucas is a scumbag. Kicks out NSYNC from Attack of the Clones, and then removes David Prowse from any Star Wars conventions. And the reason why has not fully been revealed in air quotes. However, a lot of people, as you mentioned, close to the situation have said that George Lucas would remark often that David Prowse had burned too many bridges. And most people assume that those bridges were burned because George Lucas found David Prowse to be annoying. And a lot of people have also said that Lucas and Prowse were never close, mostly, as you said, because George Lucas never told David Prowse that his lines were going to be redubbed with James Earl Jones in episode 4. David Prowse, as you said, found out in the movie theater at the premiere of Star Wars that his voice lines had been redubbed. And I guess he was pretty chill about it afterwards. Like, he was a little disappointed, but was ultimately like, it makes the film better. But George Lucas found him annoying. So freaking George Lucas needs to chill the freak out.
Yeah, he does. He also needs to give us the original unaltered trilogy.
But dang, Brandon, you won. The next time we see each other in public,
now
you get to call me the Padawan. And I will make sure to document that, and I'll put that over on the For These Are My Thoughts Instagram and Facebook channels. Make sure that you check those out as well. Brandon, do you have a Star Wars recommendation for the folks watching?
I do indeed. In the wise words of Marshall Erickson from How I Met Your Mother, if you don't trill it up at least once every 3 years, the dark side wins. So if you haven't seen the Star Wars trilogy in a while, sit down, spend 6.5 hours and watch it.
Hey, but thank you so much, Brandon, for joining me today for celebrating May the 4th. Happy May the 4th for all of our Star Wars friends out there. If you enjoyed today's episode, if we made you laugh, if you learned something new about Star Wars, and if you are on the bandwagon of us that George Lucas is a bit of a jerk, please consider subscribing, give us a like, comment how much you dislike George Lucas now that you know he banned the awesome David Prowse from Star Wars conventions below. May the 4th be with you.
And also with you.
And we'll see you soon. Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video. Please give us a like if you enjoyed the video today. You can subscribe hitting the circle button, or you can click the box to watch more For These Are My Thoughts episodes. Thanks so much again. I'll see you soon.